The prospect of Canada joining the United States as the 51st state is a complex and multifaceted issue that invites political, economic, cultural, and social considerations. While such a scenario might seem implausible in reality, exploring its implications provides an opportunity to examine the interplay of national sovereignty, shared interests, and divergent values. Historical context. Historically, Canada and the United States have shared close ties due to their geographic proximity, cultural similarities, and extensive economic partnerships. However, their distinct paths toward nationhood have cultivated differing national identities. Canada's foundation as a British colony and subsequent evolution into an independent nation within the Commonwealth contrasts with the United States' revolutionary origins and emphasis on independence from colonial rule. This historical divergence has fostered unique political systems, values, and social norms. Efforts to merge the two nations have been minimal and largely speculative. Discussions of annexation have surfaced occasionally, particularly in the 19th century during periods of U.S. expansionism. However, these ideas never gained significant traction due to political, cultural, and practical barriers. In modern times, Canada's strong sense of national identity and pride in its distinctiveness make the concept of joining the United States highly unlikely from a Canadian perspective. Political implications. If Canada were to join the United States, the political implications would be profound. Canada operates under a parliamentary democracy with a constitutional monarchy, while the United States has a federal republic system with a presidential democracy. Integrating these systems would require significant constitutional amendments and the harmonization of differing governance structures. Canada's provinces, such as Quebec, Alberta, and British Columbia, would likely face challenges adapting to the U.S. federal system. The preservation of provincial autonomy, a cornerstone of Canadian governance, might clash with the more centralized nature of U.S. state governments. Additionally, Canada's bilingual and multicultural framework, enshrined in its policies of official bilingualism and multiculturalism, could create tensions within a predominantly English-speaking United States. Moreover, the political balance within the United States would shift dramatically. Canada's population of approximately 40 million would add significant representation in the U.S. Congress, potentially reshaping the political landscape. Canadian values, which often lean more progressive than U.S. norms, could influence debates on issues such as healthcare, climate change, and social welfare. Economic considerations. Economically, the integration of Canada and the United States would create a superpower with immense resources and market potential. Canada is rich in natural resources, including oil, natural gas, timber, and minerals, which would enhance the United States' economic strength. The two countries already share the largest bilateral trading relationship in the world, and a formal union could further streamline trade and investment. However, disparities in taxation, labor laws, and social programs could complicate economic integration. Canada's universal healthcare system, for example, is a source of national pride but would be challenging to reconcile with the privatized U.S. healthcare model. Additionally, differences in regulatory frameworks and environmental policies might create friction as the two economies merge. From a global perspective, a united Canada and United States would wield unparalleled influence in international trade, diplomacy, and military power. The combined entity would dominate the global economy, with a GDP far surpassing that of any other nation. However, such dominance could provoke resistance from other nations and complicate relationships with allies and trading partners. Cultural and social dynamics. Culturally, Canada and the United States share many similarities, including a common language, shared entertainment industries, and overlapping traditions. However, there are also significant differences. Canadians often pride themselves on their politeness, inclusivity, and commitment to social equity, values that they perceive as distinguishing them from their southern neighbors. American culture, by contrast, places a stronger emphasis on individualism, competition, and personal freedom. The integration of these cultures would require navigating sensitive issues of identity and values. French-speaking Quebec poses a unique challenge, as its cultural and linguistic distinctiveness has been a focal point of Canadian unity. Ensuring that Quebec's identity is respected within a U.S. framework would be essential to maintaining social cohesion. Similarly, Indigenous peoples in Canada have distinct legal rights and treaties that differ significantly from those in the United States. Honoring these agreements while integrating governance structures would be a complex and sensitive process. Public opinion on both sides of the border would play a crucial role. Canadians are deeply attached to their national identity, and many would view joining the United States as a loss of sovereignty. On the other hand, Americans might question the practicality of integrating such a large and diverse country. Resistance from both populations could create significant political and social hurdles. Environmental and geographic factors. Geographically, a united Canada and United States would form one of the largest and most resource-rich countries in the world. Canada's vast wilderness, freshwater reserves, and Arctic territories would enhance the United States' natural resource base. However, managing these resources responsibly would require balancing economic interests with environmental sustainability. Climate change is a pressing issue for both nations, and Canada's policies often prioritize environmental protection more than those of the United States. Reconciling these approaches would be critical to addressing shared challenges such as rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and the preservation of biodiversity. The Arctic region, in particular, presents both opportunities and challenges. As climate change opens new shipping routes and resource extraction becomes more feasible, the united entity would need to navigate complex issues of sovereignty, international law, and environmental stewardship. Potential benefits and drawbacks. The benefits of Canada joining the United States could include economic growth, increased global influence, and the ability to address shared challenges more effectively. A united entity would have unparalleled resources, technological capabilities, and military strength. Cross-border infrastructure projects, such as transportation networks and energy grids, could be developed more efficiently. However, the drawbacks are equally significant. The loss of Canadian sovereignty and national identity would be a major concern for many Canadians. Cultural and political differences could lead to tensions, while the logistical challenges of integrating governance systems and social programs could create significant disruptions. Additionally, the global perception of such a union could be mixed, with some viewing it as a positive step toward cooperation and others as an expansionist move that disrupts the balance of power. The idea of Canada joining the United States as the 51st state is an intriguing thought experiment that highlights the deep connections and differences between the two nations. While the practical and Political obstacles to such a union are immense. Exploring the implications underscores the importance of collaboration and mutual respect in addressing shared challenges. Rather than pursuing integration, the two nations are likely to continue fostering their strong partnership through trade, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. Canada and the United States serve as models of cooperation between neighboring countries, and their relationship demonstrates the value of maintaining distinct identities while working together toward common goals. In the end, the unique qualities of each nation are what make their partnership so successful and so vital in an interconnected world.